Welcome to Smart English Coach Podcast.
Let's improve your fluency together, one real conversation at a time.
Let me ask you a strange question. What if the life you want is only one day away? Not 1 year away, not 5 years away, just one day.
One day? That sounds impossible.
It does, doesn't it? But think about this. Most people believe their lives change because of one big decision. A new job, a new city, a new relationship, a huge opportunity. But that's usually not what happens.
So what does happen?
Tiny days happen. One day you decide to wake up a little earlier. One day you decide to practice English for 10 minutes. One day you go for a walk instead of staying on the couch. And those small days slowly become a different life.
That's actually kind of powerful.
Here's the scary part. The opposite is true too. A bad day becomes a bad week. A bad week becomes a bad month. And suddenly you're wondering where the last 3 years went.
Ouch. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Me too. That's why today's topic is so important. If you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever said, I'll start tomorrow, or if you're waiting for the perfect moment to change your life, this conversation is for you.
And the best part, we're not talking about changing your whole life today.
Exactly. Just one day. Because sometimes one good day is all it takes to start changing everything.
I love that.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm Michael.
And I'm Sarah.
And today, we're talking about how to change your life one day at a time. So, Sarah, let's start here. Because I think the reason most people fail to change isn't because they're lazy or weak or unmotivated.
Right. It's not about willpower.
It's not about willpower at all. It's because of how they think about change. Most people, when they decide to change their life, they go big. They think, okay, I'm going to transform everything. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m., go to the gym every day, eat perfectly, read for an hour, meditate, learn a new language, save money, fix all my relationships, and become a completely different person.
Oh, I've been that person. Absolutely. January 1st every year, I write a list that's honestly terrifying.
And how does that work out?
I think by February, maybe I still have 2 things on the list that I'm actually doing. Maybe 2.
2 out of how many?
I don't know, like 15?
Okay, so here's the thing. This is actually a very well-known pattern in psychology. It has a name. It's called false hope syndrome, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You set these massive expectations for yourself. You feel great about them. You feel motivated. And then when reality hits, when life gets busy, when you miss one day, you feel like a failure and you give up.
That phrase, false hope syndrome, that's really interesting. So basically, the hope itself becomes the problem?
Kind of, yeah. It's not the hope. The hope is good. The problem is the size of the expectation versus the amount of change you're prepared to actually make each day.
So you're setting yourself up to fail from the very beginning.
From day one, you've already set yourself up to fail. And the word I want to use here, and learners take note of this word, is sustainable. S-U-S-T-A-I-N-A-B-L-E. Sustainable.
I love that word. Is this sustainable? It's such a useful question.
Ask yourself that question before you commit to any new habit or goal. Can I actually sustain this? Because something can be a great idea on paper, going to the gym 6 days a week. But if it's not sustainable for your real life, it won't last.
And it's better to do something small every day than something big, never.
Exactly. That's actually the key idea of the whole conversation. Do something small every single day. And I want to say that again because it's important. Every single day. Not when you feel motivated, not when the stars align. Every single day.
Okay, so let's get into this idea of small steps. Because I know some people hear that and think, but small steps won't make a real difference. Like, how is walking for 10 minutes going to change my life?
Right, and that's such a natural reaction. We underestimate small things. But there's a concept I want to bring up here, and this one I think will genuinely blow people's minds. It's called the compound effect.
Oh, I've heard of this. It's like compound interest, right, in money?
Exactly like that. With compound interest, if you put a small amount of money in the bank every month and it grows with interest, over years, decades, it turns into a massive amount. The growth doesn't feel significant at first, but time is the multiplier.
Right, it's slow in the beginning and then suddenly it's
Explosive.
explosive, yes.
And the same thing happens with habits. If you do something tiny every day, read 10 pages, walk 15 minutes, drink more water, spend 5 minutes writing in a journal. It feels like nothing at first, but after 30 days, 60 days, a year, you are a completely different person.
You know what's funny? I actually started doing this. About 8 months ago, I started reading just 10 pages a day. I thought, 10 pages is nothing. This won't make a difference.
And
I've now read more books in the last 8 months than in the previous 3 years combined.
there it is.
Seriously, because 10 pages is nothing. You can do it in 15 minutes. But 15 minutes a day, every day for 8 months, it adds up.
It compounds. And I want to give learners a really useful phrase here. We say, small hinges swing big doors. Have you heard that expression?
Oh, I love that. Small hinges swing big doors. Like the tiny metal piece on the door is what lets the whole thing move.
Exactly. Small actions create big results. Small daily choices swing the door of your life in a completely new direction.
That's such a visual way to think about it. Learners, if you want to remember this phrase, small hinges swing big doors, just picture a door. The hinge is tiny, but without it, nothing moves.
You know, I want to share a story because I think sometimes these ideas feel a little abstract. Like, okay, compound effect, small steps, very nice. But what does it actually look like in real life?
Yes, let's make it real.
So I have a friend, I'll call him David. And about 2 years ago, David was in a really tough place. He was overweight, he hated his job, his relationship was struggling, and he felt completely stuck, like there was no way out.
That sounds like a very overwhelming situation.
Very overwhelming. And he tried before, right? He tried the change everything at once approach, gym every day, diet, new job applications, all at once. And he'd burned out after 2 weeks every time.
Of course, that's exhausting.
So someone told him, I think it was a book he read actually, just pick one thing, one tiny thing. Do it every day for 30 days, then add another thing.
Just one thing, not 15.
Just one. So you know what David picked? He decided that every single morning he would make his bed.
That's it?
That's it. Make the bed.
Wow, that's incredibly small.
It is. But here's what happened. He made his bed every morning, and something interesting started to happen in his psychology, his mindset. Because when you complete a small task first thing in the morning, you feel a sense of accomplishment. You've already won a small victory.
Before breakfast, even?
Before breakfast. And that small win creates momentum. It's like you're telling your brain, I am someone who gets things done. And little by little, that identity starts to shift.
Oh, I like that. I am someone who gets things done. That's a powerful internal statement.
We call those kinds of statements affirmations, things you say to yourself to reinforce a new identity. And they work, not because of magic, but because you're actually proving it to yourself every day through your actions.
So what happened to David?
After 30 days of making his bed, just that, he added one more habit, a 10-minute walk after dinner. After another 30 days, he added drinking 2 liters of water every day. He didn't try to change everything. He just kept stacking one small thing on top of another.
Like building blocks.
Exactly like building blocks. And 2 years later, 2 years, David has lost 30 pounds, he changed careers, and his relationship is the strongest it's ever been.
All starting from making his bed.
All starting from making his bed.
That's actually kind of emotional, Michael, because it means anyone can start. Right now, today, no matter how stuck they feel.
Anyone, and I mean that. You don't need more money, you don't need more time, you don't need a perfect situation. You just need to start with one small thing and do it consistently.
Okay, let's pause for a second because we've been throwing around some really good vocabulary and I want to make sure our listeners are catching everything.
Good idea. Let's review some of the key words and expressions from today.
First one, sustainable. Can you define that in simple terms?
Sustainable means you can keep doing it for a long time without stopping. If something is sustainable, it's realistic for your daily life. For example, I want a sustainable exercise routine, something I can do every week, not just when I feel like a superhero.
I feel like a superhero maybe twice a year. Okay, next, compound effect.
The compound effect is when small, consistent actions build up over time to create huge results, like compound interest in a bank. A small amount, repeated daily, becomes something enormous. The compound effect means my daily English practice will make me fluent, even if I only study for 20 minutes a day.
Love that example. Next, momentum.
Momentum is the energy or force you build up by doing something repeatedly, like a ball rolling downhill. Once it starts moving, it gets faster. I missed one day of the gym and lost my momentum.
So once you lose it, it's hard to get back?
It's harder to get back, yes, which is why consistency is so important. Don't break the chain. There's actually a phrase for this: don't break the chain. It means keep your streak going day after day.
Don't break the chain. I love that. It sounds a little threatening, honestly.
It kind of does, but in a motivating way.
Okay, next expression, burnout.
To burn out means to exhaust yourself completely by doing too much. You start strong, push too hard, and then collapse. I burned out trying to work 16 hours a day. I had nothing left.
Very relatable. And one more, mindset.
Mindset is the way you think about yourself and the world. It's your mental attitude. There's a famous distinction between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset says, I can't change. This is just who I am. A growth mindset says, I can learn. I can improve. I'm not there yet, but I will be.
Not there yet. That's such a powerful little phrase. It's not, I can't do this. It's, I can't do this yet.
Yet. That one tiny word changes everything.
All right, I want to talk about excuses. Because you know what? I think everyone listening right now has a but. A reason why this sounds great but won't work for them.
Oh, 100%. Let's address them.
Okay, excuse number 1. I don't have time.
Classic. Absolute classic. And here's my response. You don't need a lot of time. We are talking about 10 to 20 minutes a day. That's it. Everyone has 20 minutes. The question is, what are you spending those 20 minutes on right now?
Scrolling.
Scrolling. Most people spend between 2 and 4 hours a day on their phones. Not judging, I do it too. But if you can take 20 of those minutes and direct them towards something meaningful, that's the compound effect in action.
And honestly, even 5 minutes is better than 0 minutes.
5 minutes is infinitely better than 0. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good.
Oh, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. That's an expression I use all the time. Explain that for our listeners.
It means sometimes people don't start because they can't do it perfectly. They think, if I can't go to the gym for a full hour, there's no point. But 5 minutes of exercise is still better than none. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Do what you can with what you have.
Okay, excuse number 2. I've tried before and it didn't work.
This one is emotional, right? Because failure stings. It really does. But here's the thing. Failure is information, not a verdict. When something doesn't work, it tells you something about how you were doing it, not about who you are.
That's a really important distinction. Failure about the method, not about the person.
Exactly. So maybe the last time didn't work because you were trying to change too many things at once, or because your goal wasn't specific enough, or because you didn't have accountability. The approach was wrong, not you.
And you try again with better information.
You iterate. That's what successful people do. They don't succeed on the first try. They try, fail, learn, adjust, and try again.
I love the word iterate. It makes failure sound very scientific and professional.
Which it is. Scientists fail constantly. They call it experimenting. We should do the same.
Okay, last excuse. And this one might be the most common. I don't know where to start.
This is where I give everyone a very clear, very simple answer. Pick one area of your life, just one, that you want to improve. Health, relationships, career, finances, mental well-being. Just one. And then ask yourself, what is the smallest possible action I could take in this area tomorrow morning?
The smallest possible action.
The tiniest. If you want to get healthy, maybe it's drinking 1 extra glass of water tomorrow. If you want to improve your English, maybe it's listening to this podcast for 20 minutes a day. If you want to save money, maybe it's skipping 1 coffee this week.
And then you build from there.
And you build from there, 1 brick at a time.
I want to go a little deeper because I think there's something psychological underneath all of this that we haven't fully explored yet.
Yes, let's go there.
When people change, really, truly change, what happens in their mind? What shifts?
Great question. And I think the answer is their identity shifts. The way they see themselves changes. And this is actually the most powerful thing about small daily habits. They don't just change what you do, they change who you are.
Can you explain that more?
Sure. So let's say you start running every morning. At first, you're just a person who sometimes goes for a run. But after a month, after 2 months, you start to think of yourself differently. You think, I'm a runner. And that identity, I am a runner, makes it easier to keep running because now you're not fighting a habit. You're living your identity.
Oh, so the habit eventually becomes part of who you are, not just something you do.
Exactly. And there's a phrase for this. We call it an identity-based habit. Instead of saying, I want to run more, you say, I am someone who runs. Instead of, I want to read more, you say,
I am a reader. And every small action is like casting a vote for that identity.
Casting a vote. That's such a good way to put it. Every good choice is a vote for the person you want to become.
And every bad choice is a vote against it. Now, and this is important, 1 or 2 bad votes don't lose the election. You're going to have bad days. You're going to miss a day. That's okay. What matters is the overall pattern.
Most of the votes.
Most of the votes. If most of your daily choices are pointing in the right direction, forward, you will get there.
You know, this connects to something I've been thinking about a lot lately. The idea that motivation doesn't come first. Action comes first, and then motivation follows.
Say that again because it's important.
People always say, I'll start when I feel motivated. But actually, and I really believe this, motivation comes after you start, not before.
Yes, 100%. You don't wait to feel like going to the gym. You go. And then, because you went, you feel good. And that good feeling motivates you to go again. The action creates the motivation.
So stop waiting to feel ready. You'll never feel completely ready.
Nobody is ever completely ready. The people who change their lives are the ones who start before they feel ready.
Okay, I want to bring up one more really important idea, and it's the difference between goals and systems.
I've heard you mention this before. Explain it clearly for our listeners.
So a goal is a result you want to achieve. I want to lose 10 kilos. I want to be fluent in English. I want to save $1,000. Goals are great. You need direction. But here's the problem with only having goals. You either achieve them or you don't. And if you don't, you feel like a failure.
And even if you do achieve them, then what?
Right. You reach the goal, you celebrate for a day, and then you're aimless because you never built a system.
So a system is?
A system is the daily process you follow regardless of the goal. If your goal is to lose 10 kilos, your system might be exercise 30 minutes every morning, cook at home 5 nights a week, and sleep 8 hours a night. You follow that system every day, and the weight loss is the natural result.
So the goal tells you where to go, but the system gets you there.
Beautifully said. Goals give you direction. Systems create progress.
And if you fall in love with the system, if you enjoy the daily process, then you don't even need to obsess over the goal.
Exactly, because the system itself becomes the reward. You look forward to your morning run, not because of how it'll look in a few months, but because it makes you feel alive right now.
That's the real shift, isn't it? From I have to do this to I want to do this.
That's the shift, and it happens gradually through repetition, one day at a time.
All right, we've talked a lot of theory. Let's get practical. If someone listening right now wants to change their life, what are some specific daily practices they can start?
Love it. Let's go through some, and I'll keep them simple. Remember, we're going for sustainable, not overwhelming.
Simple and sustainable.
Number 1, morning intention. Every morning, before you touch your phone, ask yourself one question. What is one thing I can do today that will move me forward? Just one thing. Write it down if you can, and make sure you do it before the day is over.
Before the phone. That's hard, but important.
Really important, because the moment you open your phone, you're reacting to other people's agendas instead of your own.
Oh, that's true. Social media, news, messages, it's all other people's priorities pulling at you.
Number 2, move your body every single day. It doesn't have to be intense. A walk, stretching, 10 minutes of yoga, dance in your kitchen if you want, just move. The research on this is overwhelming. Physical movement improves mood, focus, creativity, and sleep.
And it's free, completely free.
Completely free. Number 3, learn something new. Every day, spend some time learning. It could be listening to this podcast, which, by the way, counts. If you're here, you're already doing this one.
Yes, you're already ahead.
Learning keeps your brain engaged, it boosts confidence, and it opens doors you didn't even know existed.
What else?
Number 4, reflect. Before you sleep, take 5 minutes, no phone, just you, and ask yourself 3 questions. What went well today? What could I do differently? What am I grateful for? Reflection is how you turn experience into wisdom.
Those are powerful questions. I feel like we rush through life without ever stopping to ask them.
We do. We're so busy moving to the next thing that we never actually learn from where we've been.
And gratitude, that last question, that's so important for mental health, isn't it?
Hugely important. Gratitude literally rewires your brain over time. It shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right. And when you see more of what's right, you naturally have more energy and motivation to keep going.
What's the 5th practice?
Number 5, connection. Every day, make a real human connection. Call someone you care about. Have a real conversation, not just messaging back and forth, but actually talking. We are social creatures, and isolation kills motivation. Surround yourself with people who lift you up.
Surround yourself with people who lift you up. That's a really beautiful phrase.
And the flip side, and I say this with kindness, limit time with people who drain your energy. Life is too short to spend it with people who make you feel smaller.
Can I make a connection here to our listeners specifically? Because our audience is made up of English learners, and I think this whole conversation about changing your life one day at a time applies directly to learning English. Absolutely. In fact, let's talk about that specifically.
Because I think a lot of language learners fall into exactly the same trap. They want to be fluent now. They want to understand everything immediately.
And when they don't, they give up.
Exactly. They feel like they're failing. But actually, language learning is the perfect example of the compound effect.
It really is. Learning a language is not a sprint. It's a marathon. And a marathon is run one step at a time.
What advice would you give to someone who feels stuck with their English?
A few things. First, listen every day. Even if you don't understand everything, your brain is picking up patterns, sounds, rhythms. Just like a baby learns language, they hear it before they understand it.
And podcasts like this one are perfect for that. Real, natural conversation.
Exactly. Listen to real English, not just textbook exercises. Listen to real people having real conversations. Your ear will develop, and one day, without even realizing it, you'll understand things that used to confuse you.
I love that, without even realizing it, because change is often invisible until it suddenly isn't.
That's so true. You don't notice yourself getting better day by day, and then one day, you have a conversation with a native speaker, and you think, wait, I did that. I just had that whole conversation in English.
And it feels incredible.
Life-changing. And my second piece of advice, speak. Even if you make mistakes, especially if you make mistakes. Mistakes are how you learn. Nobody becomes fluent by being silent.
Oh, this is so important. I know so many people who understand English very well, but are afraid to speak because they don't want to sound stupid.
And that fear is the biggest obstacle. More than grammar, more than vocabulary. The fear of making mistakes is what keeps people stuck.
So what do we do about that fear?
You do what we said earlier. You act before you feel ready. You speak before you feel confident, because the confidence comes from speaking, not the other way around.
Act before you feel ready. In English learning, in life, it's the same principle.
It's the same principle, because changing your life and learning English are actually the same journey. One day at a time, one word at a time, one conversation at a time.
You know what? Before we go further, if you're still with us and you're getting value from this conversation, please take a second and hit that like button. It really helps us reach more English learners around the world who need this.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We put out new conversations just like this one regularly. Natural, real English conversations designed to help you improve your listening and speaking fluency. Hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell, be part of this community.
And leave us a comment. Tell us you were here. We genuinely read your comments and love hearing from you.
Let's talk about something real for a moment, because everything we've said sounds wonderful in theory, but life is not always sunshine and motivation.
Right. Life happens.
Life absolutely happens. You lose your job, a relationship ends, someone you love gets sick, you go through a difficult period, and all your beautiful habits fall apart.
What do you do then? Because I think this is where a lot of people really struggle.
This is the most important part, and my answer is, you give yourself permission to be human. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to perform. On hard days, changing your life one day at a time might just mean getting through the day.
Surviving the day.
Surviving the day counts. Showing up when it's hard, even imperfectly, counts more than any perfect day.
There's a phrase I heard once, you can't pour from an empty cup. Do you know that one?
Oh yes, you can't pour from an empty cup. Meaning, if you're completely depleted, you have nothing to give. Not to others, not to your goals. So on those hard days, refilling the cup is the work.
Rest is productive. Sleep is productive. Crying can be productive.
Sometimes you just need to cry it out, and that's okay. The key is that you don't stay there. You get up the next day and you start again. Small, simple, one day.
Never miss twice. I've heard that as a rule.
Never miss twice, yes. You're allowed to miss a day. Life happens. But don't let one miss become two, become three,
become a month. The rule is never miss twice in a row.
That's manageable. That I can do.
That anyone can do. It's a reset button. Every morning is a new start.
Okay, I want to round up all the beautiful expressions we've used today, because honestly, this conversation has been packed with useful language.
Let's go through them quickly.
First, small hinges swing big doors.
Small actions lead to big results. The things that seem insignificant are often the most powerful.
Don't let perfect be the enemy of good.
Don't wait for the perfect moment or perfect conditions. Do what you can with what you have right now.
Don't break the chain.
Keep your daily streak going. Consistency is your greatest asset.
Burnout.
To exhaust yourself by doing too much too fast. I pushed myself too hard and burnt out.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of anything else.
Never miss twice.
One bad day is allowed, but don't let it become two. Reset and start again.
Not there yet.
Instead of I can't, say I'm not there yet. It keeps the door open for growth.
And my personal favorite from today, act before you feel ready.
Because readiness is an illusion. Start messy, start imperfect, start scared. Just start.
All right, we're coming to the end of today's conversation. And what a conversation it's been. Michael, I feel genuinely inspired right now, and I hope our listeners do too.
I hope so. I really do. Because I believe with everything in me that every person listening has the ability to change their life. Not all at once, not dramatically, but slowly, consistently, one day at a time.
And it starts today, not Monday.
Today, this conversation could be your moment. This could be the day you decide, really decide, to make one small change.
And we'd love to know what that change is. So here are your questions for the comment section. Ready?
Go for it.
Question 1. What is one small habit you have tried before that actually worked? Tell us, what did you do? How long did you do it? And how did it change you?
Question 2. What is one area of your life you want to improve right now? Health? English? Your career? Your relationships? Tell us. And maybe even tell us the one tiny action you're going to take starting tomorrow.
And question 3. This one's fun. What is your biggest excuse? We all have one. Tell us yours in the comments and let the community help you overcome it.
Because that's what this community is for. We're not here to judge. We're here to learn together, grow together, and lift each other up.
And if you're listening to this while doing something else, driving, cooking, walking, first of all, amazing. You're already building a habit, already using your time wisely.
And when you're done with whatever you're doing, come back to the comments, join the conversation, practice your English. That's what this space is for.
Michael, any final words before we go?
Just this, the person you want to become, the confident, healthy, fluent, happy version of yourself, they are not far away. They're not some impossible dream. They're one decision away, one day away. Start today, one small thing, and tomorrow, do it again.
One day at a time.
One day at a time.
Thank you so much for being with us today. We'll see you in the next one.
Take care of yourselves, everyone, and remember, every day is a new chance to become the person you were always meant to be.